Coming up on the November 5th edition of Sports Extra, we take a look at defensive tackle Sylvester Williams' long journey from the assembly line to the line of scrimmage. The field hockey team takes home the ACC crown for the second year in a row, and the volleyball team leaves two more opponents in the dust. Sports Extra starts right now.
From the University of North Carolina School of Journalism and Mass Communication, covering the full range of Tar Heel athletics, this is Sports Extra.
Hello and welcome to Sports Extra, Carolina's only sports highlights and analysis issues show. I'm Natalia Perez.
And I'm Stephanie Walpa. I don't know about you guys, but I'm really looking forward to Halloween this weekend. I went to J. Cole concert last night to start celebrating.
Well, I'm anticipating this episode. Football, field hockey, soccer, we have it all. I'm Jennifer Brodish.
This year, the football team has seen a lot of changes. They have a new head coach and a new attitude. Mike Rodriguez joins us live in the studio. Mike, so you've noticed another change, have you?
That's right, Natalia. I realized the Heels also have a new look this year, and a lot of them. The Tar Heels have one of the most traditional looks in college football. Carolina blue helmets, jerseys, and white pants. Or you might say they had one of the more classic looks on game days. Under head coach Larry Fedora, that's all changed. Now, players sport white jerseys and white helmets, or maybe they'll wear navy blue jerseys and a chrome helmet. And the NC on the side of the helmet, poof, gone. Say hello to the Tar Heel insignia. So should fans wear Carolina blue to the game? What about navy blue? Maybe white? Who knows? Sometimes Fedora doesn't even tell his team what they'll be wearing until game day.
It was like a bunch of kids at Christmas running around in there, when they came back off the field, because they had no idea.
But that pure excitement might just be what the team needs. The last time the Tar Heels wore their traditional uniforms at home, they scored only 27 points in a win against ECU. The uniform might be compared to something the Oregon Ducks would wear.
But we definitely been asking for more gear, and when they gave that to us, it was exciting. We walked in and we were like, oh, are we Oregon?
The Heels beat the Wolfpack for the first time in 6 years, wearing a navy blue jersey and a chrome dome. It looks like the new helmet blinded those guys in red. Those all-white uniforms look fresh, and the chrome helmets are simply amazing. I really like the Tar Heel insignia on them.
I think you said it right. Amazing is definitely the word. So, Mike, when was the last time UNC has had a major uniform change?
Well, in 1979, the helmets had the letters UNC instead of just the intertwined NC we've come to know and love.
That's a classic symbol now, Mike. So you have to have a favorite uniform, right?
Of course I do. When you beat state for the first time in your college career, you can never go wrong with navy blue jerseys and those swagged out chrome helmets. And you know what, Tala? It's time to rock the vote.
You're right, tomorrow is election day.
I'm talking about a much more important election, and you can vote once a day.
What could possibly be more important than the leader of the free world, Mike?
You know what I'm talking about. Heisman time. Fans get to cast one vote every day for this year's Heisman Trophy. Nissan will vote for the player who has the most fan votes. Currently, Notre Dame's Monte Te'o is the leading vote getter. He is about 30% of the vote. Giovanni Bernard's in 11th place. He has 2% of the vote. So Tar Heel fans need to visit carolinaweek.org to see how they can vote.
I'll be sure to vote for Gio after the show. You're going to vote for him too, right, Mike?
Of course I am, every day.
Once a day it is. That was Mike Rodriguez live in the studio.
Playing through scandal, sanctions, and 3 head coaches has led to an unusual journey for the seniors on the football team. One player's road has been particularly winding, but he stayed on the course. Julian Caldwell has the story.
Hits like these are a hard dose of reality for opposing quarterbacks. Before Sylvester Williams, at times, just being on the field in the Carolina jersey is reality enough.
When I watch myself on film and I make a play, I'm just like, wow, man. And I just think about like that guy that was back in St. Louis, Missouri, Jeff City, Missouri, doing all the wrong things with his life.
Williams said in high school he didn't see much value in education. After playing football for only his senior year, he went on to work in the manufacturing plants instead of attending college.
I knew that at that point in my life I didn't want to work in that factory for the rest of my life.
All Williams needed was a moment to help him realize his potential. That moment came with the help of a high school coach.
He took me to a Kansas football game. in 2008, and once I seen some of the guys come out the locker room, and I started to notice that a lot of those guys were the same size as me.
Williams was big enough and played well enough to walk on and star at Coffeyville Community College in Kansas, and after 2 years, earn an offer from UNC, a gesture the school rarely extends to junior college players. In his second season with the Heels, Williams is second on the team in sacks with 5, and he's impressed teammates like fellow defensive lineman Kareem Martin from the beginning.
You know, the first day of spring practice, he just came out and surprised everybody. The first rep one-on-ones, he won so cleanly, it just had everybody in shock, and, we knew we had a great player.
Williams' impressive practices have turned into standout play in games for the third best scoring defense in the ACC. He's made his journey from a manufacturing plant to an assembly line of hits, and he's content with what he's already accomplished.
Even if I never make it a player down in the NFL, I'll be happy man on earth because I'll be able to get a degree and be able to say that I did something in my life. I played at the University of North Carolina, and I started on the defensive line.
And he's thrown all odds right to the ground. In Chapel Hill, I'm Julian Caldwell.
Williams is the 8th overall prospect according to Scouts, Inc.
The field hockey team is the ACC tournament champs. Carolina exercised some demons on the way, beating Maryland yesterday in the championship. But first, the Heels had to beat Virginia Friday. Here's Luis Fernandez.
The Heels got off to a fast start in the semifinals against the Demon Deacons, with their first goal coming from number 2 Lauren Sheely in the first 2 minutes. Number 5 Charlotte Craddock added another goal to help build a 3-0 lead going into halftime. UNC added one more goal in the second half, making the final score 4-0. Next up, a familiar face in the ACC finals, number 3 seed and bitter rival Maryland. Sunday's game lived up to the hype as UNC and Maryland played a close and physical game for much of the first half, until the Heels broke through with this goal by Lauren Sheely. Charlotte Craddock passed inside to number 14 Kelsey Kolajczyk, who added this goal to give the Heels a 2-0 lead going into the half.
Carolina scores its second goal.
Maryland wouldn't be counted out, and after the Terps scored off of a corner, sophomore Charlotte Craddock added her own goal, with a little bit of help from the Maryland defender. With the score 3-2, Lauren Sheely got her second goal of the game to seal the deal. The Heels win the ACC championship, and senior Kaylin Van Sickle is the ACC tournament MVP for her defensive performance throughout the tournament. Does beating rival and national powerhouse Maryland make this victory even sweeter?
It's just another win, and we have more. We're looking forward to the next game, so we'll celebrate this for a little while and then put it to bed.
The Heels hope to take this momentum and propel themselves to an NCAA championship. In Chapel Hill, I'm Luis Fernandez.
And that was the 18th conference title for the Tar Heels. All 18 have come under Coach Karen Shelton.
All Tar Heels fans missed the Fab Four, but could we soon have a brand new set of favorites? We report, and you decide. Barnes, Zeller, Marshall, Henson. Carolina might have lost the Fantastic Four last year, but the Heels still boast a host of players ready to step up and with the skills to do just that. Coach Roy Williams looks to break in a new Fantastic Four with freshman Marcus Page, J.P. Topodo, Joel James, and Bryce Johnson. And while members of that class learn and adjust to the ways of UNC, they have plenty of leaders to show the way. James Michael McAdoo led the team in an exhibition win against Shaw. He scored 16 points. After a season-ending knee injury last year, senior Dexter Strickland will be one to look out for in the season ahead. Strickland and classmate Leslie McDonald both hope to overcome their knee problems and move Carolina from number 11 to number 1.
It is my job to, make sure these guys are on top of the game. Everybody's, staying focused and just ready to go, ready to, get better.
Carolina basketball fans are all looking forward to Friday, November 9th. That's the day the Heels will open the regular season against Gardner-Webb. The Heels came away with a 93-72 victory when they faced Gardner-Webb back in 2009.
And the men's soccer team is riding high heading into the ACC tournament, which starts tomorrow.
The Heels celebrated senior night Thursday against Boston College, and our own Ryan O'Rourke was there.
In the regular season finale at Fetzer Field, the Heels trampled the Golden Eagles on the way to a 4-0 victory and a share of the ACC regular season title with Maryland. After taking a sharp pass from midfielder Mikey Lopez, junior forward Andy Craven quickly bent the ball around the goalkeeper, off the post, and into the net, helping the Heels strike first in the 20th minute. The Heels took their 1-goal lead into halftime, but they didn't let the Golden Eagles hang around for long. Forward Danny Garcia got taken down just outside the box in the 53rd minute. Garcia took the resulting free kick and tucked the shot around the wall of defenders into the top left corner to give the Heels a 2-goal lead. Boston College struggled to even get a look at the net and managed only 1 shot on goal during the match. This was the 13th shutout of the season for Goodwin, setting a UNC record. But he refuses to take credit for the team's defensive success.
Our defenders have really just been solid all year. I mean, the credit should really go to them for all these shutouts and stuff, because most of the time they're taking care of everything before it really even gets to me.
The Tar Heels boast a 14-2-1 record heading into postseason play. Craven finished the match with a goal and 2 assists and likes the team's chances of repeating as national champions.
I feel like we can do it. I'm so excited for it, and I don't have a doubt in my mind that we can't win it again.
With Goodwin preventing goals and Craven manufacturing them, the balance of the Heels could be the perfect ingredient in the recipe for another deep postseason run. In Chapel Hill, I'm Ryan O'Rourke.
The Heels play Duke tomorrow in the quarterfinals of the conference tournament. The game is at 7 p.m. at Fetzer Field.
Up next, the volleyball team can't lose.
We'll tell you how the Heels remain perfect at home.
Brushy brush your teeth every day and every night. Now it's your parents' turn. Here's what you gotta do. You have to have your toothbrush so that they can brush your teeth. Good job, you're almost done. 4, 3, 2, 1, that's it. Help your teeth stay healthy. Brushy brush with a grown-up every day.
NFC, AFC, offensive linemen, defensive tackles, quarterbacks, and cornerbacks are all living united to ensure the academic success of millions of kids in our communities all the way to graduation day. But that won't happen without you. So take the pledge at unitedway.org. Make a difference in the life of a child. Suit up like your favorite NFL players and become a volunteer reader, tutor, or mentor with United Way.
Well, one just wasn't enough for the women's basketball team. UNC faced Wingate University for the team's second exhibition match of the season. Madison Wade joins us live in the studio. Madison, did the Heels have another blowout?
Yep, pretty much. With a little senior leadership, the Heels took down the Bulldogs 90-52.
Another exhibition, another outstanding performance from the Lady Tar Heels. This time, it was the seniors who showed up. Senior center Waltia Roll used her volleyball roots to put up blocks like this one against the Bulldogs. Roll led the team with 5 rejections. She also had 17 points, like this effortless shot from the paint. Also with 17 points was senior point guard Tiara Ruffin-Pratt. She may be fresh in her position at point guard, but a summer of overseas play has her ready to take on a new role.
I think I've gotten a lot more comfortable just because we played a lot this summer and played overseas. So I got some extra games under my belt. So just having the ball in my hands and being able to find people is kind of like what I've been able to do before.
And you can see how comfortable Pratt is here. She powers down the court and pulls up for a jumper. And again here, where she quickly sets the ball into motion, giving freshman forward Zelina McDaniel an unexpected opportunity for a 3. And she makes it. Of course, there's one more senior Tar Heel, Krista Gross. Gross had a more defensive presence, putting the pressure on Wingate and getting 4 steals. Gross was still able to contribute offensively, though. Here she is getting the pass from Brittany Roundtree and putting up an uncontested shot for 2. Even with her seniors excelling, Coach Sylvia Hatchell was still looking for more intensity, especially in rebounding.
They were out-rebounding us until right there at the end. So, in fact, at one time they were up about 10 rebounds on us. We finally out-rebound them, but, they battled us hard inside on the board. So, but with our size, we should have dominated in there, as big as we are in there.
The Heels will have to work on rebounding as they face Davidson on Friday in the preseason women's NIT.
So rebounding aside, did you notice any major differences between the first and second exhibition games?
Well, Sefe, a win's a win, but this game wasn't as impressive as Carolina's domination of Carson Newman last week. Wingate held UNC to less than 100 points, and I know you're looking to celebrate Halloween this weekend, but Coach Hatchell told me that she blamed Halloween on Wednesday for the team's sluggishness.
Okay, Madison, I know I made a mistake. Yes, I was looking forward to homecoming, not Halloween. But thank you, Madison. That was Madison Wade live in the studio.
The volleyball team hasn't lost at Carmichael this season.
And with victories against Miami and Florida State this weekend, the Heels improved to 13-0 at home. Theo Manval has the story.
The volleyball team began the weekend with a 3-0 sweep against Miami Friday night. Miami was ranked 23rd in the country, but the Tar Heel attack was too much for the Hurricanes. 3 players ended the game with double-digit kills, led by sophomore Lauren Atkins and her 12 smashes. Senior Emily McGee carried the team with 10 kills and 17 digs, more than any other player. She says good defense is crucial to setting up a sharp attack.
There's going to be a lot of out-of-system dig to transition to kill, and so we just wanted to focus on getting quality digs to quality kills.
The same tactics prevailed on Saturday afternoon against Florida State, but the Heels didn't get off to a good start. The Seminoles won the first set, but from that point on the attack was in great shape and 4 players finished the match with more than 10 kills. Freshman Paige Neuenfeld and sophomore Janelle Nelson led the team with 14 kills each. Junior Kayla Beringer and senior Emily McGee each added 13. McGee also led the team with 16 digs. Coach Joe Segala thinks this victory proves the Heels deserve more national attention.
And that if that's the number 11 team in the country, that we're pretty close to being one of those top teams.
The Tar Heels remain undefeated in Carmichael this season, and players give a lot of credit to their fans for that.
We have the great fans this year. We have the most loyal fans we've ever had with a little block party section.
And the fans are hoping to have a lot more to cheer about. In Chapel Hill, I'm Theo Manval.
There will be 3 more matches at Carmichael this season, but this weekend the Heels are out of town, taking on Georgia Tech and Clemson.
When we come back, we'll introduce you to some young football players.
Who could be the future of Tar Heels? Excuse me, who could be the future Tar Heels?
If you could sit with me, imagine what you'd see if every child had a book to read. So the mission is for us to get a book to each and every child. So let's join hands, book people unite. On earth, hidden passion. Come on, we'll have a good time. One book could be the first thing helps to change a life. People unite.
Read to a child today and spark a lifetime of ambition.
Suis la cadence, on devient tes hanches au bal du dimanche. Danse, que la fête commence. Dans ma belle robe blanche, je suis ton chou.
You didn't give up on sex. Don't give up on birth control either. There are more methods than you think. Find yours at bedsider.org.
Thank you for calling your GED Pep Talk Center. All right, now, are you ready for your GED Pep Talk?
Being nervous is okay. It just shows that you're serious about getting your diploma.
A lot of things are scary. Heck, I'm scared of clowns.
No quiero ir. Danny, no lo puedo hacer.
DMC, life in your pep talk style.
Just keeping it real, Debs, just keeping it real.
Whatever motivation you need, we've got a pep talk for you. Get your GED pep talk and find free classes at yourged.org.
Our football players got their start? For some, it might have been a little-known organization out in Blue Devil territory. Reporter Brenna Sukier joins us live in studio. So Brenna, you ventured to Durham and clearly survived. What did you find?
Jen, I went out to a football practice at Lowe's Grove Middle School in Durham, and I might have seen some future Tar Heels.
Eagles! Eagles!
Meet the Durham Eagles,
a nonprofit organization that teaches Durham children between the ages of 5 and 15 the values of discipline, self-respect, and success through playing football. In an effort to keep kids off the street and on the field, Don Jones started the Eagles in 1993.
Started out, it was just going to be a football program. You know, we were going to teach kids football and go from football to, you know, other sports and, you know, transition like that. But it was pretty quick that you found out that, you know, the kids are looking to you for a lot more than that.
And the program provides the kids with more than football through the help of volunteer coaches who teach the Eagles how to achieve academic, athletic, and social success.
All the coaches are all volunteer. You know, none of the guys get paid. We got guys that range from police officers to janitors.
Volunteers like head coach Antonio Beatty give up time every week to train the Eagles, and they do more than just run drills on the field.
I make sure they bring me their report cards and their progress reports. I even go visit the kids in school.
7-year-old Tashawn Smith has benefited academically from this part of the program.
It helps you in school by staying focused. You can learn more, and your grades can be better.
And Smith's mother has also noticed an improvement in her son's academic performance thanks to the Eagles.
Teachers tell me that, you know, he's doing a good job, and I just figured that with sports and academics, they, you know, pretty much go hand in hand.
As for the future, Smith hopes to continue with football beyond playing for the Eagles.
I want to play college and national football.
And with the help of the Durham Eagles, Smith just might get there.
He will continue to be a Durham Eagle until he either reaches high school or until he maxes out age-wise, and he's going to be a pro athlete.
Jones says it's dreams like Smith's that attract people to the program.
Football is just a magnet. It gets them here, gets us an opportunity to be in front of them, give them a chance to make some, you know, talk to them about making good decisions.
And whether or not any of these Eagles end up in the NFL or the NCAA, it's clear they're flying high.
All Eagles teams have finished the regular season and are now in their postseason bowl games.
Now, Brenna, I heard we once had a former Eagle on our team.
That's right, Jen. Former linebacker Jonathan Smith was an Eagle, and high school senior Chris Francis is graduating early and will be joining the Heels this spring. In fact, Jen, many Eagles go on to accept scholarships at schools like NC State, Wake Forest, and ECU, and I'll actually be talking to a few of them in a couple of weeks, so stay tuned.
Thanks, Brenna. We're looking forward to it. That was Brenna Sukier live in the studio.
The women's soccer team is hoping to bounce back after an early exit from the conference tournament. Claudia Plazas tells us the Heels are looking for a better result in the upcoming NCAA championships.
After a tough loss to UVA during the ACC championship last weekend, the women's soccer team has its eyes set on an even larger prize, taking home a national championship title for the 21st time in school history. The Tar Heels get a chance to redeem themselves at the NCAA tournament starting Saturday. Carolina has accumulated 11 victories, 2 ties, and an uncharacteristic 5 losses this season. So far, the team has scored 37 goals and has had only 12 against. It was the postseason game against Virginia that knocked Carolina out of the ACC tournament during the quarterfinals with a heartbreaking score of 1-0.
We just didn't play well. We had one shot coming into the half, and that's certainly not our personality. We're an attacking team. We go after teams, and we just couldn't create anything.
The Heels haven't won the national championship since 2009, making it 3 straight seasons without a national title. They really like to snap that streak. The team has won 20 NCAA championships and has played in the tournament for 30 consecutive years. In Chapel Hill, I'm Claudia Plazas.
The Heels will host Radford University Saturday in the first round of the NCAA tournament. The football team hasn't beaten Georgia Tech since 2008.
Can the Heels do it this year?
Millions of people are affected by disaster in America. And we're right there, providing food. With more than 200 food banks, reaching communities all across America. Donate now for immediate relief and long-term recovery. Every dollar helps provide food for disaster victims. Help now at feedingamerica.org.
It's easy to tell if you've had way too many. But what if you've had just one too many? Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Here we go. We're gonna make some juice.
It's gonna be good.
She's excited. A little bit of kale.
Please don't put this on line.
I'm putting it all over the line.
It's wet. It needs something. No, it'll go.
Don't break my juicer. Looks good.
You ready to try it?
Come on, baby.
Challenge your kids to be active and eat healthy.
It's okay.
Okay, all right.
They might surprise you.
She took another sip. You saw it?
Search We Can for more ideas on how you and your kids can get healthy together.
After an emotionally charged victory against rival NC State and a deserved bye week, the 6-3 Tar Heels now have their eyes focused on another ACC opponent. Johnny Gill has a look ahead.
The victory against NC State is still fresh in our minds, but it's a new week and a completely different challenge, especially for the Carolina defense. The Heels face the 4th best rushing offense in the country, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. They average more than 300 total rushing yards per game. Now that's remarkable. Sylvester Williams and the rest of the Fab Four need to step their game up. The key is to be quick off the snap, penetrate the offensive line, and stop their triple option offense.
Every play I got a certain guy I got to tackle in. Whether that guy got the ball or not, I want to get that guy on the ground. So that's one of the things that I try to watch.
Linebacker Kevin Reddick will need to keep his eyes on the running back and stop the run. Cornerbacks Jabari Price and Tim Scott need to stop giving up long passes. The key for the offense is much simpler. Keep averaging 40 points per game, and score early to keep Georgia Tech out the game. And with Giovanni Bernard, that's no problem. Bryn Renner needs to run the spread offense much faster to keep the Yellow Jackets on their toes.
I think critical situations are going to come into play. You know, anytime you play a Georgia Tech team, they're a ball control team, so we know third downs are going to be critical, and, you know, getting points on the board, not just field goals, especially when you get in the red zone, which we've struggled in this year. I think that's going to be huge for us, you know, if we want to win this ball game.
This game is not one to miss. In Chapel Hill, I'm Johnny Gill.
The last time North Carolina beat Georgia Tech was 4 years ago during the 2008-2009 season.
And you guessed it, it's our favorite time of the show once again. Time for us to make our picks for this week's game against the Yellow Jackets. Jen, why don't you start?
Well, Tala, I know that they both have a strong defense, so I think it's going to be a really high-scoring game. But I have faith in Giovanni Bernard that he's definitely going to bring us this win over the Bumblebees in 35-31 victory.
And I completely agree on the Gio Bernard factor. I've picked UNC every single time, and I'm going to pick them again. I think they're on fire. And like you said, Bumblebees, I believe that was my word. There's no way they're going to set them off. So UNC 34, Yellow Jackets 24.
Bumblebees, I think you guys said it right. But I'm not going to lie to you. I'm a little bit worried that our uniforms this week just aren't going to compare to our uniforms last week. I mean, chrome domes, navy blue jersey. Does it get any better than that? But with a new attitude comes a new look and a new outcome. And it's homecoming week. The boys have to be amped up. They've been sitting around doing nothing for the week, so I have us winning 31-13. And now to conclude this week's edition of Sports Extra, it's time for the extra point. Kick it. If the past 8 years are any indicator, the defensive line should be in for a long day. The Yellow Jackets have gained more rushing yards than Carolina in each of the past 7 games. Since 2005, Georgia Tech has rushed for more than 1,700 yards in the matchups. Carolina, just 669 yards. Now that does it for this edition of Sports Extra. Thanks for watching. But before we go, let's talk a little bit about Gio Bernard's punt return. I know everyone saw it.
I know we can't stop talking about it. We talked about it last time. Do you guys think I think we're gonna keep talking about it until the next state game. It was that good. When I was there, were you there?
Yeah, that was good. Yeah.
I've never been in Keenan and it was that loud.
Okay, well, that does it for this edition, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.